Hello and welcome to News at 10 on African News 24 TV. I'm Miriam. Security agencies have reported a surge in terrorist attacks across Kwara, Katsina, and Kaduna States, with multiple residents abducted, including a photojournalist. Authorities said coordinated operations are ongoing to rescue victims and dismantle criminal hideouts operating in remote forest corridors. Troops also successfully rescued a retired Army colonel in Plateau State who had been kidnapped earlier this week. Residents have been urged to stay vigilant and report any suspicious activity. Meanwhile, the Niger State Police Command evacuated a live explosive device discovered on a roadside in Marrakesh local government area. Bomb disposal experts handled the device safely, ensuring no injuries or damage occurred. Police reassured the public that the situation is under control and investigations into the incidents are ongoing. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has approved the deployment of Deputy Inspector General DIG Mohammed Gumel and 17 newly promoted commissioners of police to strategic commands nationwide. DIG Gumel will lead the Force Intelligence Department, while other senior officers have been posted to state commands and specialized units. The IGP tasked officers to uphold professionalism, integrity, and adherence to the rule of law. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has rejected calls to step down in the ADC presidential race. He accused President Bola Tinubu and the APC of attempting to weaken opposition parties, warning that such interference threatens the nation's democratic space. Atiku stressed that the ADC remains committed to a transparent and competitive process in selecting its flag bearer and reaffirmed his presidential ambition. In the PDP, former President Goodluck Jonathan has pledged to play a more active role in party affairs ahead of the 2027 general elections. National Chairman Tanimu Turaki disclosed that Jonathan assured party leaders of his support, guidance, and advice, which he says will strengthen the party's electoral strategies and internal cohesion. Jonathan's commitment comes as PDP works to consolidate its position amid defections and internal disagreements. The Lagos State government has issued a renewed call for passenger safety on waterways, stressing strict adherence to safety protocols, including wearing life jackets and avoiding overloading. The Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Osiyemi, said enforcement will be increased to prevent accidents, particularly as waterway use rises during the dry season. And in Oyo State, the government suspended Chief Jacob Shobaloju, the Shobaloju of Ufiki, for allegedly promoting illegal mining in forest reserves in violation of Executive Order 0014/2023. The suspension forms part of ongoing efforts to protect natural resources and ensure sustainable mining practices. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged creatives and storytellers to sustain innovation and avoid complacency as the state intensifies efforts to strengthen its creative economy. Speaking at the Lens for Good 2026 Storytellers Conference themed Stories That Move Us, he said Lagos remains a city defined by energy, resilience, and creativity, and emphasized that perseverance is a core part of the state's identity. He stressed that continuous innovation is necessary in a competitive environment and one that failure to create or improve leaves room for others to take the lead. The governor urged creatives to constantly challenge themselves, strive for originality, and maintain trust with government through consistent engagement and supportive policies. Also, Sanwo-Olu urges APC members to embrace e-registration in Lagos State. The governor also called on members of the All Progressives Congress to actively participate in the party's electronic registration exercise across Lagos State. Speaking after registering at Ward 3, Lagos Island, he described the exercise as a civic responsibility and critical requirement for genuine party membership. Sanwo-Olu said the e-registration process, which runs throughout January, requires members to provide their national identification number for verification, after which personal details are confirmed and a printed temporary membership slip is issued. He encouraged young people and all party members to take the process seriously, describing it as open, free, and straightforward, reflecting the party's commitment to modernization, transparency, and accurate membership records. Now on business. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has shelved its planned nationwide process against the Tax Reform Act after consultations with the Nigeria Revenue Service, the DSS, and the National Assembly. Student leaders concluded that the law is intended to enhance revenue generation while protecting low-income earners. They have agreed to focus on public enlightenment campaigns instead and express confidence in the NRS leadership. Governor Joye of Bayelsa State has signed the 1.58 trillion naira 2026 appropriation bill titled Budget of Consolidation and Sustained Growth. The budget prioritizes health, education, infrastructure, security, and job creation, aiming to accelerate social economic development while ensuring fiscal discipline and accountability. The Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to maintaining the city's position as Africa's investment hub, emphasizing technology, infrastructure, and policy reforms to attract local and foreign investors. The state highlighted initiatives to improve and ease of doing business, expand digital economic opportunities, and encourage public-private partnerships. On the foreign scene, the White House has stated that the use of U.S. military forces remains an option in discussions regarding the acquisition of Greenland, a semi-autonomous Danish territory. The announcement has drawn international concern over sovereignty and diplomatic implications. In addition, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, alongside Nigerian scholars, condemned the U.S. capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, describing it as a violation of international law. They called on the United Nations to intervene and uphold global norms regarding sovereignty and diplomatic conduct. Super Eagles have departed Fez, Morocco en route to Marrakesh ahead of their AFCON quarterfinal match this Thursday. The team has increased tactical preparations and training sessions in camp, with coaching staff emphasizing cohesion, discipline, and strategy for the knockout stage. Officials say morale is high and the squad remains focused despite minor distractions in camp. And that concludes the 10 a.m. news bulletin on African News 24 TV. I'm Mary Adam. Thank you for watching.